My beautiful Aqua Soul family. What's up? Aqua Gang, it's your girl, Empress 777 here today with a general message for my beautiful Aquarius gang. My Aquarius gang. I hope you guys are doing super fantastic. I most certainly am. Holy Angels and Spirit guides give us exactly what it is that we need to know in regards to the energies for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. The messages are, in fact, general guys. Okay? Take what resonates, leave the rest. Cross watchers, you are also welcome here. Place yourself where you belong in the storylines. Okay, don't force anything to fit. Use your own intuition to guide you towards the messages that are here for you today. And like I said, leave the rest, okay? Now, click that like button. Y'all know what to do. Come on, y'all know the drill. Click the like button, guys, all right? It helps with our engagement. It helps people find us, actually, okay? And we are on the road to 100K. So currently still growing rapidly. I'm so appreciative for the soul family that we have built here on this platform. It amazes me, okay? It just, yeah, blows my mind sometimes. Any case, if you're new here, okay, if this is your first time seeing me, what's up? What's going on? What's going on? We are a family over here. We would love to have you, okay? So take a look around. Feel free to join the family, okay? If you have been here more than once and you still have not subscribed, my guy, baby girl, do that. Okay? Let's commit to each other. And click the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload on the channels. We do not have a pre-shuffle currently. We're going to start out a little bit differently is what they're saying. So we're starting out with the Moonology oracles to kind of tap into the energies presenting themselves today. So that is a different phrasing, presenting themselves. You know, it makes me sound like someone who has a script, right? A character almost presenting themselves. So maybe this person, I don't want to call them fake entirely, but their representative is kind of, the mask is slipping for some reason, right? What do you mean presenting yourself? Is this a presentation or is this a connection? What are we doing? What are we talking about for real? So we have, okay, you're very close to achieving your goal. At least they thought. At least they thought. Give us moon. You know what gives me pause about all of the energy that just, it kind of just was thrown on me a moment ago, right? You are presenting yourself. This is the energy showing up. So this is somebody who puts on a front. They like to present themselves in a certain way, in a certain manner. That can come off, yes, as very disingenuous, but I feel as though maybe they don't like themselves entirely, or they don't feel like their real selves can pull someone like you or pull anyone for that matter, right? It just depends on where their self-esteem is on the spectrum, right? I feel like you're very close to achieving your goal. This person definitely had a motive in mind. I don't get that they actually achieved that goal with you that they were seeking. Okay. So it does appear that you either saw beyond this person's mask before they could actually achieve this goal, or the mask so happened to slip, right? That would have been accidental. So under that we have, yeah, this energy, the energy is gaining momentum. Yeah. So waxing moon. This person does consider themselves to be very practical. They consider themselves to have practical plans. It says your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. This could be a Taurus that some of you are dealing with, or they have it prevalently in their natal chart, but not necessarily. The full moon is about releasing, right? Full moons are about releasing things that no longer serve you, releasing things that are counterproductive or counteractive to what it is that you are trying to achieve. That no longer fits. Maybe you outgrow someone. Maybe you just no longer are into it. But what I feel most prevalently here is that this person thought that they would get to a certain level with you by way of a presentation, right? The presentation that they were giving you, their outer appearance, or some of the more shallow things that they would have presented to this connection. I do feel like whatever way in which they showed up, it was in order to mask whatever would have actually been going on if they were able to trap you or to get you in a union with them, right? To commit to them. This gives me the type of person who will hold off as long as they can, right? That's the part of the plan. They may have even tried to rush things with you. Okay? For some of you, you are being led in the opposite direction from this connection. You would have felt it, but now you're actually taking action towards releasing yourself from this person or just backing away from it, right? Like, I definitely feel like the energy is shifting in this connection. I do feel like initially you did like this person, you were attracted to them, but you also are a good judge of character. And I feel as though this person at some point in time, you just started to feel uncomfortable, right? It's sort of like you couldn't unsee some of the antics, the show. This could be a showboater. This could be somebody who comes off as very, like I said, they may come off as someone who's very practical, right? Who's very down to earth, who has their shit together on the surface. But I feel like underneath the surface, this person doesn't have it as together as they appear. You are very close to achieving your goal. They keep going back to this. So if you have, in fact, pulled away from this person, right? Or if things have kind of just ended, right? If you're in separation from this person, then they are kind of not understanding, right? They felt like the plan was set, that this should have kind of gone the way that they thought it would. And they don't understand why things are slowing down, right? That is not a part of the plan. I definitely want to know their goal, but let's dig a little bit deeper here. Let's see if we can't get some details in reference to this person's mind frame, their thought processes. Step out of your comfort zone. So you would have been someone outside of this person's comfort zone, yet they still wanted you. So you could have been very different than the type that they normally go for. But they still thought that with a practical plan, right, showing up as this, whatever they needed to be, or showing up as however they showed up, this will garner me success. I will succeed at achieving this. For some of you, there is something that you have that this person really wanted to be a part of, or they wanted to have that a part of their life, right? So it could just be your aura. It could be the fact that you are financially stable. You could be really smart. You could really have a different outlook on life, and it just comes second nature to you. You dropped a couple of jewels on this person to where they're like, wow, you have great ideas, or that thing that you said out of nowhere, I actually went and did it, and it kind of sped up the momentum towards some success. They could have gotten promoted because they listened to one of your ideas. It's something to that effect. There's some kind of value. Of course, you are valuable, duh. But there's a specific thing that this person is putting value on that would have had them want to commit to going after you, right? Pursuing you, even though there is an underlying energy that suggests that their intentions are not as pure as they appear, or they're faking it, right? Just to kind of get to a means to an end is the phrase that they're using. So, see, I promise to change. That is not showing up the way that it normally do. That's weird. It's definitely a tactic, y'all. Okay, so just follow me with this. You either have unpacked this already about this person a lot sooner, is what they're saying. A lot sooner than they suspected. Okay? You weren't supposed to notice their actual personality, who they really are, how they really behave, how they really would have shown up. This person would have been checking all of your boxes. They had a goal, but this is the type of person, and it does feel habitual. I just have to say that they've either done it a couple of times before, or at least once before, right? Like the person right before you that they dated. And it's like they go towards people who are valued, duh, right? Like it's not like they go towards people who have low self-esteem or who don't have anything to offer. Of course, they go towards someone that they deem to be resourceful, that they feel can be helpful, level them up, can be resourceful to them, can give them certain benefits, can show them certain things, they can pick their brain, they can, it's that sort of thing. It's an underlining ulterior motive. And it's sort of like they do show up as perfect. I'm just gonna say that, right? Like nobody is perfect, but it's like damn near. They set their eyes out on the person that will help them level up, on the person that can rub off on them. So if you are successful in your career or successful in your life, if you've accomplished certain things, especially if you've pulled it out of the mud, right? They see that. That is valuable, right? That means that you have life experience. That means you could teach me some shit. That means you can show me some things. If this person has asked you for money, red flag. The fuck? It was a test. That's very random because I didn't think that it was going to go in that way, but okay, right? A test. This person very much shows up as the type of person that will test the boundary to see what you are willing to give, what you are willing to tell them, what you are willing to share, what you are willing to help with, what you are, what you're willing to do. And then they conjure up a plan, right? You are very close to achieving your goal. They conjure up this goal and a plan that does appear to be practical in their mind, right? But you're not actually meeting the real them, right? It's sort of like once they feel like they've accomplished said goal, they change. This person will change. For those of you who have thugged it out with this person, thug life, bitch, then you saw the change right before your eyes. My whole thing is, okay, so once you change, do you not expect people to remove themselves if they are now uncomfortable or if they are now feeling as though they were bamboozled, that they were hoodwinked? I just don't understand. What is the end game? Do they just want to come in, deplete you of your resources, and then switch it up so that your hand is forced to leave them? That could definitely be a thing, right? The goal is to come in, go towards something very valuable, go towards something that will help them, right? So this is the type of person, definitely, they're saying that this is for a great majority of you here, right? This is the type of person that will go for people where when they get out of one relationship, they are better off outside of that relationship. They don't really go through heartbreak because they have a goal. They have like their eye on the prize. I don't get that they really fall in love, but they will tell you that they love you. Right? That is supposed to rev up the momentum towards whatever goal this is that they are trying to reach. This person does recognize that there needs to be some level of connectivity. So like a title, we're boyfriend and girlfriend, we're husband and wife, we are engaged. They'll go all the fucking way in order to reach said goal. But then they will change, right? Once they're ready to detach themselves. Once they feel like they have been fed, once they feel like the goal has been met, once they feel like that cup has been filled, then they change. And that is to place you in the position to be like, I'm out of here. That is so weird. So I feel like that's how this person preserves their heart. I feel like it's definitely, okay. Let's all take a couple deep breaths, y'all. Okay, I don't know how they got me. They need me to explain this, okay? What happens is, this is how this person gets out of connections unscathed, because they're not the one. They won't ghost you. They won't like break up with you. They won't leave you. They just start doing shit to make you do it. And if you break up with them, then it makes them feel better. It makes them feel like, shit, even if I did have ulterior motives, even if I did manipulate the fuck out of this energy, even if I did deplete her or deplete him, even if I did X, Y, and Z, doesn't matter what it is, fill in the blank, they're still the ones that broke up with me. You know what I mean? So I'm good. I'm cool. They definitely have a good insight on that, right? Because it's all just energy. And for this person to do all of those things and then disconnect from you would place them in the position in their mind to feel like they wronged you. It's weird. This is fucking weird, y'all. I'm sorry. Because you wrong, bro. Ma'am, sir, bruh, sis, this is all wrong. I will have you know that this is not okay. I don't know how you got away with this for so long. It is not all right. See? I pretend I don't care. But you know how I really read that, y'all? I feel like it's crossing this. I read that like I pretend I do care instead of don't. I feel like this person will initially pretend like they care, right? They're showing up as their representative. They make people fall in love, right? I mean, head over heels. It's very believable because of their practical plan. You see, it says your dreams, right? So they become the dream guy. They become the dream girl. They become the dream, right? They become someone who is just, whew, right? You can really fall for this person easily. And it also feels like it's practical, which would make it more believable. It's crazy. crazy, right? Let me prove this change. And then we have, are you avoiding me, right? So I don't know where the two of you stand now, right? I feel like this person is ready to move forward. If you are still engaging with this person, just beware of that, right? I feel like they are possibly coming to the point where they feel like their cup has been filled and they're ready to shift. Now, I promise to change this person. You're going to start to see, if you haven't already you're going to start to see that they're not pretending, right? Like this was all a part of the plan. And I'm definitely, you know, sending you love and light, because it can feel like just, it can make you feel stupid, right? Like for falling for something like this, which I don't want that, right? Like that's not going to help and assist in you healing from this. I feel like the divine is stepping in, right? Because since this is a pattern, they're not going to be able to get away with this, right? Like they're not going to be able to get away with this for very much longer. I don't get that they're going to be able to do this to anyone else, right? Because the divine is like, okay, you are on the same shit, right? You're on the same shit. You never really did care, right? You pretend to care, and now you're pretending like you don't care when they actually don't really care. It's very confusing. This is very confusion. The divine is showing up telling this person, I'm going to prove you. I'm going to prove it to you, right? Oh, really? We're switching up shit now? Great. I got something for ya. I have a gift for you. So I do see this making a head in this person's life. Okay. Now, whether you are still engaging with them or not, this is really their energy. This is spirit showing up now, right? I do feel as though you may possibly need to step outside of your own comfort zone, right? And look at this from a different perspective, right? Try to see the forest from the trees. That's the phrase that they're using. Going towards where your intuition is guiding you, especially if you are still fully enthralled in this, because I do feel like this person, if they haven't started to change yet, it does happen abruptly and it's painful, guys. Okay. The change that this person makes is very painful. So it's sort of like the energy of somebody coming in, right? Building this beautiful relationship, building these emotions, building you up, giving you false hopes, right? Future faking might be in there as well. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. You're my wife. You're my husband, right? Like I see myself having your kids. I see myself having kids with you. I see myself traveling the world with you. Oh my gosh, I want to go here this summer. And painting the picture so very beautifully. And when the change comes, it's like all of a sudden we were locked in, right? We were engaging, especially if you were sexually intimate with this person, you would have felt like, damn, on cloud nine, right? Beautiful energy, only for it to go to, they barely want to touch you, or they barely want to kiss you. They barely want to hold your hands. Now, all of a sudden, PDA bothers them. Now, all of a sudden, what the things that you're saying, they're debating you about it, right? They're becoming very argumentative, very disagreeable, right? Everything that you say now is problematic. When on the other hand, it seemed like the two of you were locked in so much that when you would have conversations in the beginning, it's like, oh, we agree. We are on the same moral ground. We have the same values. We're on the same side politically. We are, we have the same religion. We are so very similar. It was so very comfortable. And this is the type of person who, whatever their goal was, right? And they're not really giving me a specific goal just yet, right? Maybe they will. Who knows? Sometimes they don't give some specifics because as a collective, that one thing could be different for everybody. Same energy, different details, right? Wow, I'm hearing the phrase, the devil is in the details. Perhaps there were some things that you saw because you intuitively are very inclined, guys, right? And I'm going to say this one a little bit softer, right? As to not make you think that I am, that I don't understand, because I do, right? As human beings, with everything else feeling so right, were there perhaps some things that you didn't want to see or feel, right? So those soft nudges that something feels off, that, yeah, this feels right, but it definitely feels off. But because of the parts of it that felt right, it made you want to give rather than to take your energy away from this person. Okay, new moon in Virgo. New moons are about manifestations, right? So you could have felt like you manifested this person, especially since they were checking all the boxes, right? They're showing up as the dream guy, the dream girl. They're showing up as somebody who wants the same things as you. They're showing up, and it appears, let's keep in mind that this is their representative, guys, okay? But it appears that their representative is the right person at the right time, finally, right? Whereas you would have been dealing with people in the past where it's like, maybe they weren't complete assholes, or, you know, they weren't like the most toxic, but you just weren't aligned with each other. You weren't equally yoked. It's like you wanted one thing, they wanted something different. And even though the compatibility was there, if you're on totally different pages or moving towards different trajectories, then that won't work. But it appeared that this was that, right? This was the manifestation. New moon in Virgo. Virgo showing up again, all of this earth energy, which is like just so fucked up to me, right? Because earth energy for me, it screams stability, right? It screams, this is secure. This is a safe bet. I can bet on this. Only for that shit to change right up in your face, right? It feels to me as if it blew up in your face, or it could potentially. Now, continuing on with my soft approach to calling you out a little bit, just a little bit, y'all. Y'all know I love you, right? But I gotta call a spade a spade. I gotta call a thing a thing. The nudges that you would have been getting, right? I feel, like I said, you may have ignored some of them, right? It's just, it may have gotten too far, right? Maybe you were too invested. Something would have had you be like, you know what? This is one thing out of all of the other great things. I'm just going to ignore it. That wasn't to be ignored. That was your signal. And that was the chance that the divine was giving you to make the move on your own. Okay. So when we're given a chance in spirituality, right? If you are a spiritual person, and if you're here, you are. It's always a chance for us to do it, y'all. Okay? They do. They give us a chance to walk away from some shit that is not healthy, to walk away from some shit that is not real, to walk away from some shit that is fake, fraudulent, to walk away from some shit that can, you know, be detrimental to our own goals, to walk away from some shit that is just unsafe. Right? Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, we get a chance to remove ourselves, right? Especially if they made it painfully clear, because I feel like some of you got very clear signs. It could have been like one particular time, and that was a clear sign for you that this didn't need to move any further. But you talked yourself out of that, okay? And we're gonna have to take accountability on that one, y'all. Okay, love you, Pooh. I love you. We're gonna have to take accountability on that one. Together, we can take accountability together. We all been there. You just staying. You're not walking away. You're ignoring the signs. You're ignoring your nudges. You're ignoring your signal to stand in power, because let's be very honest. It doesn't matter if you walk away or if the shit blows up, right? Or they walk away from you, it's going to hurt regardless. But it's like you still get to stand in your power when you walk away. It's like after that initial heartbreak, even if your hand is, not your hand is forced. If you take the sign, you walk away, you disconnect, you remove yourself, your ability to rise from the ashes of that blown the fuck up relationship is going to come at a more rapid speed, right? The momentum will be a lot quicker, because you will still have your pride, right? We won't say ego, but you will still have your self-worth, your self-value intact, right? Because you pulled the plug. The fuck? It is a sense of power. Not taking the signs as spirit giving you a chance to do what you need to do, right? They like this shit is going to happen voluntarily, or eventually it's going to happen involuntarily. And that's where we get towers, right? When time has run out for you to make the choice, and this person can no longer be in your space, be in your sphere, be in this cycle with you. They are slowing shit the fuck down, right? Everything happens in divine timing. And if they need you to be clear, healed, and vigilant because they have an actual fucking soulmate, right? Your divine counterpart on the way in. Now that person has been working on themselves, but you too busy focused on this bitch. Like, they're like, come on now. Come on now. Blow that shit the fuck up. Blow it up. Blow it up. They're not moving. We gave you time. We've been waiting. We showed you this bitch is a liar. We showed you this motherfucker's a liar. We showed you that they're not real. It's not real. They're lying. They're pretending. It's the great pretender. It was all made up. Then I have reason to believe that I'm not saying that this person will get power, but what I will say is the level of pain, right, in that heart chakra is a little bit different when you do it voluntarily versus waiting. Okay, I'll just put it like that. So depending on where you are, this could be a warning for some of you. This could be hindsight, seeing 2020 for some of you, right? As tarot is fluid, you will rise from the ashes, right? You will be rebuilding. But I feel as though they're giving you a chance to see this and actually come out on top. In fact, it is possibly going to be more beneficial, right, to how fast you would like to heal. We don't want to speed up the healing process, right? We want to do it organically, but I just feel like if you're unnecessarily slowing shit down, that's when the towers come, okay? This is a very transformative relationship for the both of you. This person has been operating this way for a very long time. Okay. In fact, it might be a running joke is what I'm hearing in their family or in their friend group, that they're always with somebody that can help them level up. They're bringing different people around. And when they bring these people around, that's something that is very weird to me. I'm just saying, I don't judge. I ain't judging nobody, but I'm just saying, right? Like, if y'all could relate, we're all Aquarians here, including myself. We'll just be bringing anybody around our family. The fuck? It's a big step. It's a major step. Some of my family never met some of my people that I've ever dealt with. Like, no. What? Please. That is a major step. But I feel like for this person, it's all fun and games, right? It's par for the course. It has to happen because that is a part of the plan. In the plan, if I start doing shit that suggests I'm really serious about you, I'm serious about us, I'm serious about forward movement, I'm showing all of the signs that suggest that we're going to progress, that this is moving forward, that this is what, marriage and all of the things. And like I said, this is the type of person for some of you who will go all the way. It just depends on how long it's going to take for them to reach a certain goal. So they definitely have come up with a tactic when it comes to romantic love to level themselves up, right? To place themselves in a better position than what they were in the previous connection. This could be a serial dater. For some of you, could be somebody who's always in a relationship. Like I said, that's why it feels like it could be a running joke, but that is changing, right? Now, it's very rare. Now, I didn't even realize the imagery here, but they're now pointing it out that the transformation card will be signified by a snake. And I'm reading that imagery in two different ways, right? This could be the shedding of this person's skin. Like everybody, really seeing them for who they are. You've been running around here with a whole costume on this whole motherfucking time. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's absurd. You should really seek help for that, ma'am, sir, Brussels. You know what I'm saying? I ain't judging, I'm just saying. Because you're putting a lot of time, energy, and effort into being something that you're not. And it's weird as fuck. I said what I said. Now, as for you, you see a snake. It look like a snake. It's moving like a snake. Goddamn. It's probably a snake, bitch. You should probably just make some shoes or a bag out of that bitch. Like, seriously, get the fuck away from this. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't matter how cuddly they look, how sexy they look. So we have regrets. And we have third party. So this person may feel as though you have people in your ear, especially for those of you who took the opportunity to walk away first. If you didn't, there's no need for you to be regretful or be sad, right? That maybe that wasn't the way things were supposed to go for you. It's all going to be transformative. For some of you, you will be led to do this shit voluntarily. For others of you, the tower has to come. It's okay. You will still rise from the ashes. It might be a little painful though. I just gotta be honest with that. Okay. Love you. It might be a little painful. A little bit more painful than those of you who are doing it voluntarily, but yet still painful across the board. It's going to hurt, guys. Okay. Because you allowed yourself to believe it, right? You did believe it, right? It was so believable. That's what I should say. Not you allowed yourself. It was just so believable. And then when you did see glimpses of the lie, you still allowed yourself to believe it, right? When you saw glimpses of who they really were, you still were like too deeply invested. You didn't want to step out because it's just like, damn, I put too much into this, or I really want this. I want to believe what I thought initially, right? So maybe you pretended to not care that they did some things. Don't take it if it doesn't resonate, but that's what they're saying at this point, right? So it's just a lot going on. Lots of moving parts, lots of moving pieces. Either way it goes, they're not walking away quietly, okay? Because I don't get that they were successful at achieving whatever it is that they needed. They still need you to achieve that. So they're not walking away, right? Even if there has been a tower, this is not someone who is everybody's on a spiritual journey, but this is not someone who has been awakened, is what I should say, okay? Wow. It says dying to the false self. This is somebody who truly resonates in their false self. They actually believe that their false self is their real self. Which is why we will have the persistence, which is why we will have the continuation of wanting to come towards you, wanting to make things right, wanting to do the right thing, right? They're the ones who switched it up, or they were going to attempt to switch it up. And now they want to prove, right, that they're really themselves. Oh, that was just a one-off situation. It wasn't the truth, right? Like, that's not really what I meant. I was having a bad day. You know, you can't like blame me for one time doing something once. Like, come on, let's be realistic here, Aquarius. Let's be real. Like, seriously, you're going to regret this. So let's hop over to the extended, okay? I want to know who they are at their core. Who is this person actually at their core? Because you have not known them. You do not know them. I don't care how long you've dated them. I don't care how long they've been in your life. It's been false, okay? They're undergoing a dramatic change, even though they do not recognize it. They don't know yet. This is either going to happen voluntarily or involuntarily. That's what this reading is all about. They're either going to go towards this transformation with grace, or they're going to go kicking and screaming. Okay? And that's just that. They're going to get dragged at this motherfucker. Now, does that mean that they're not going to still try to carry out their plan? Absolutely not. Of course they are. But right, they have to. They don't have another plan. They don't have a plan B. You were the plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, bitch. So I want to know, has this already occurred? And if it has, then are we seeing their true selves? Once we figure out who their true selves actually are, right? I want to know why you. I never asked that, but I really do want to know, because I feel like they chose you for a purpose and I need to know, right? I'm nosy. Maybe you already know. Tell me down in the comments. Do you know specifically? Because why? Like choose somebody else, bitch. Like, just go another direction. Go the fuck somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? It looks like you may have other options with the third party showing up here, but it's just like they're laser focused on you. Like you are the pot of gold. The lucky charm. I think your aura may have definitely given this person some energy, some alchemic energy. Okay, so they may have felt themselves feeling lighter on their feet, feeling more happy, feeling more alive, feeling more inspired, right? More creative. They just saw a complete uptick in multiple areas of their life. But what is the goal? That's also what I want to know. What their end goal is here, okay? Now, I want to know what karma have they or will they face in the future? What karma will be beckoning their doorstep? I want details on that, please. And thank you. I want to know, what have they been up to since this all blew up? If it hasn't yet, right? If it has not blown up yet, then what are they going to be up to? What is this plan that they're coming up with? What does that entail? I want to know, have they begun seeing others? That will let you know if maybe they are on the path to move away from you, right? Just depending on how many times they have attempted to come back towards you. Let's see, do they still desire for things to work out? And what would the intentions be behind that? Okay, what are they willing to do? What lengths are they willing to go in order to get back in your good graces, or in order to get back in your access sphere, right? I want to know their purest intentions, of course. And let's see how all this turns out, right? What is going to more than likely be the outcome of this, right? Let's see how you can protect yourself. Point blank in the period. What do you need to do in order to protect yourself? Okay. I also want to get some advice on your healing, okay? Healing your heart in preparation for moving forward. This is a transformative time for you. Not easy. I don't like to glamorize it, right? But it is beautiful on the other side, is what I will say, okay? So stay steadfast. It will be soon time for you to receive, okay? All of this happened for a reason. I just saw starseed under this offering card, right? So you are here to evolve spiritually, which is possibly why you've been through a multitude of heartbreaks and just things that are very difficult, right? It's not the easiest path, but as I stated, as you have reached one level, the other side of that is very beautiful. Does that mean that that is the end of your lessons in this lifetime? No, but the higher you get, right, it's sort of like gaming, right? The higher you get up on the level, it does get a little bit difficult, but to reach the level successfully, it does grant you that reward of satisfaction and beauty for your ashes, right? And also going towards the manifestations that you actually desire, not trying to make some shit fit just because it sounds good or looks good, right? They're making space. So this does feel like a clearing out, guys. This could be multiple people, but I do feel one person specifically. It does feel like just a complete clearing out, like a demolition almost, because you have other stuff coming in and they're blocked, okay, by this muck, this bullshit, guys. Okay. Yeah. So, as I stated, I want to see what your advice is, right, towards healing your heart, right? What ways in which can you get that done in a timely fashion, even though we don't want to rush it. I also want to know, in preparation for forward movement, right? what's the time frame looking on that? What is the time frame looking like on that? Being prepared for the next thing, the next cycle. In terms of the new person, I definitely want to see who's coming in after you're already completely healed, right? We're going to take a peek at new love. What is the possibilities for that? I do feel like whoever this next person is big, right? I feel like it is a life partner, a divine counterpart, a soulmate. It is someone who will be equally yoked. It is someone who is meant to meet you in a certain time frame. Time is of the essence, is what they're saying. And this is why it might feel like this has been cleared out so abruptly or so quickly, or just you can't plant your feet quick enough. It's like you just didn't even see it coming, or you didn't see yourself having to do this. Something really blows up here, but it is for a reason. Okay. This has to be completely gone in order for the new person to come in. And that's why I feel the new person is so essential and will definitely be, extremely essential in your growth, your movement forward. For some of you, this could be your person, right? And they can't get in. So it's just a very interesting reading. I will look at some time frames on all of that, though. Let's look to see when this person will be making their resurgence. I want to know when your healing may potentially be complete. That will signify when the new person will be able to approach and come in. We'll, like I said, of course, look into the new person, who they are, when they're coming, how will you know, right? Like, what will be the sign to signify who this person is, just in case you have multiple. So we have a lot to unpack, okay? I'll throw in an Ask the Universe reading as well, give you the floor to ask a couple of questions. But before that, click the like button, as well as the subscribe button and the notification bell, okay? And I'm going to put the link for the extended reading down below in the description box. I'm going to see y'all over there. Let's go.